Hi everybody, hello and welcome to this week at a glance. Welcome to Ascension's Love with Alice. Welcome to this foresight for the week ahead. So this is the week commencing Monday the 11th of October all the way through to Sunday the 17th. It is a very fabulous time ahead because we do have Jupiter going direct right on the 17th. We have an Arcturian gateway between the 17th and the 19th, which is always very expansive. We are filming this on the 10-10 portal, so Saturn has just gone direct. If you saw last week's guidance, that was very helpful for many people, so thank you for everyone that reached out and shared their feedback and their experience of that guidance session and the and what came through and how it related with their week. Sending love back to you. Thank you for everyone joining live. And if you are watching this on the replay, wherever you're watching this, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, always under the same name, Ascension's Love with Alice, please hit the subscribe button, the like, please comment as you go along and share it with someone that you think might need to hear this or see this. So we are going to be looking at the week coming up. So we call in all angels, guides, ascended beings of love, light, the star realms, the elementals, dragons, unicorns, any being that has transcended polarity, we welcome, right? We welcome into this space. So first and foremost, let's have a look at what energies we have coming through from Monday onwards. So I'm going to start with the unicorn cards. Let's have a little look here. Okay. Right, so straight away we have the cosmic rainbow, which is really interesting because I'm sure we ended last week's with rainbow messages, right? So we're starting this week with that, so there's a nice overlap, so I adore that. I love the continuity of that message. So the cosmic rainbow, look for the pot of gold, accept joy. Beautiful souls, happiness, joy, it's always a choice, right? Wherever we put our energy, that is where the law of attraction will focus on, right? Emotion and thought pattern, those two together is exactly what is going to get created, right? So how we feel about something, truly, right? Not how we think we feel about something, but how we actually feel about something and a particular belief that we have, that is what will get magnified on, right? So if we are wanting to create a really wonderful reality around us, for us, then it's really important to be conscious and aware of what we are letting into our energy, right? What are we surrounding ourselves by? What posts are we choosing to see on Facebook, for example? What what news are you choosing to listen to? I don't personally listen to any of it and I'm having a great time, but I know that some people do choose to listen to different forms of media and their experiences aren't as fluid, right? So we also have the violet flame coming in. So there's a lot of transmutational energy that's stepping forth. Now this is really interesting because Saturn has just gone direct. So Saturn is that lord of karma, right? And being the lord of karma, anything that we have asked to come into this lifetime with, to clear, to help our soul expand, for our soul growth, right? That kind of comes in as karma. It also comes in as whatever we've put out there. The principle of cause and effect, right? Whatever we send out comes back to us, right? Multifold. That's how it works. So we have the karma that we've accumulated in this lifetime, but also the karma that we have wanted to experience through in order to grow, in order to have deeper compassion, in order to have deeper expansion. Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you so much for being here live with us. And thank you for your comments. So with Saturn having just gone direct, Pluto as well a few days earlier with that fantastically powerful new moon. And what's really interesting is that, this week has really brought a massive kind of birthing moment. It is birth, death, rebirth at its best, right? And we'll have felt that so much this past week. But what's really interesting is how that's going to kind of continue to flow into this coming week, because when a planet goes direct, which means it starts to move forward again, and we start to go outward again, because when a planet is retrograde, it makes us go inwards. It encourages that. But what's really interesting is that even though Pluto on the 6th went direct and Saturn on the 10th has gone direct, they are still in their shadow phase, right? Mercury is still retrograde, Jupiter still retrograde for this week. We will talk about that today. Uranus is still retrograde, right? Chiron, Eris, all these are the planets that's still in retrograde, right? Neptune still in retrograde, so there's a lot of kind of shifting and occurring. So with us getting the violet flame, it's going to show us that kind of like the last squeezes, the last pushes for whatever it is that we've been clearing on, whatever patterns have been coming up. And this for most people is to do with relationships, legal, financial, and authority, right? That is that is where that is where the focus has been for most people, and it's kind of like this week has got the last push, and really to alchemize with a violet flame, right? Really, this is a lesson of higher alchemy, right? How can we understand that as within, so without, right? So that also means as without, so within. So if we're seeing something, that's our shadows being mirrored back to us, and that's a beautiful thing, because then we can go, oh, for that to get mirrored, that must be within me somewhere. How can I find it? How can I alchemize it, right? Transmute everything that is not love, any fear-based experience that may come up. Transmute it, because the thing is that when we have such a wonderful card to start with, this rainbow energy, this kind of joyous, fantastic energy, because we are still in a planet where there is polarity, the pendulum does tend to want to swing, right? So to have this light come in is going to highlight more shadows for us to integrate and transmute under the law of grace, right? With the violet flame. So that's really interesting. That's kind of middle of the week, right? So that's like Tuesday, Wednesday. We have the cosmic ruby coming in here. This is Archangel Uriel's beautiful gem here. And this usually, as far as I'm aware, is where I feel this cosmic ruby is always around my solar plexus. So there is going to be that big push, especially with having that violet flame. There's going to be that big push to really stand in our true power, our sovereign power, knowing that no one else governs us, right? We are our own king or queen in our own right. The authority only lies within ourselves. We needn't do anything else. We have no obligation to anyone else, as long as we are, acting for good, not hurting or doing anything like that. No one has authority over us, right? And that's what's really interesting, because the cosmic ruby comes in to bring in that energy of peace, be an ambassador of peace, of fairness, right? And practice the mastery that you've been learning, that you've been clearing with the violet flame throughout the past few weeks especially. But practice the mastery, because of all those lessons you've gone through. You're going to get a chance to kind of show your understanding and embodiment of that by the middle of the week. So that's really interesting. What's the end of the week looking like? Spiritual warrior, look at that. So it's really fascinating, because it feels like there is a big expansion kind of coming here, and it's kind of like, once again, we're having a little bit of breathing space here right now, maybe like today, tomorrow, but then like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's going to be one of those like squeezes again. That's what it feels like. But by the end of the week, we get to show that we are a really wise leader. Look at this white lion here coming in, and this lamb and the unicorn. It's all that purity energy, and that's incredible. The lion is fierce, but look how it's laid down here, right? It's relaxed, it's calm, and it's just kind of like not taking any BS, right? Getting to lead through example. And through being, through vibration, right? And that's the key thing here. And look, the lamb is right with it, both part of that same thing. It's like, when do we tune into our inner lion? When do we tune into our inner lamb, right? And our inner unicorn. We get to command the universe and create it all. And this week is very much going to feel like we are being given opportunity after opportunity to really show that and showcase that. And, if you are feeling, when you're watching this going, yeah, no, actually, I have been going through a lot of stuff. It's been quite interesting. It's been like, stuff's been happening. It's been confusing. And then I've been, I can breathe again. And then tight. And then, I can breathe again. It might be a good time to book an Akashic healing session, right? Do some work in the quantum realms. If that calls to you, we can clear so much karma, so much past life, get real clarity, real depth. Please visit my website, aliceheath.com, where all my sacred offerings are available. And we do have a new wonderful Priestess call. It's a Priestess Council guidance session with a light code activation. I had the honor of facilitating one of these yesterday for a beautiful priestess, and it was just powerful beyond belief. So it's such an honor to bring those forward as well. So do have a little look, and it's also pinned to the top of the Facebook page if you are watching this on Facebook. But the last card of the week from the unicorns we have is the Law of Grace. Look at that, Vesica Pisces, the rose in the middle, right? As within, so without, as above, so below. Be your divine essence, right? When we are in grace, when we are acting under grace, wow, we get to meet each other, right, in an enlightened state. Look at these two unicorns meeting each other in an enlightened state. It is stunning, it is beautiful, it is divine, right? When we recognize that whatever is going on within us is portraying out of us as well through the other bright beings that are around, then we actually start to understand that all is really one, right? And when all is one and we call in the law of grace, anything that doesn't need to be here can be cancelled, nullified, right? Cleared, blank slate. And that's really, really, really powerful. Now we do have Jupiter going direct. Now Jupiter, it tends to be that planet of expansion, of luck, of just kind of, you know, all this really wonderful stuff. It's always a great, you know, always a very, very great planet to connect with. And whenever it shows up in your natal chart, wherever it is, it usually tends to be kind of very, you know, expansive in many ways. So I'm really keen to see what the dragons have to say, because by the end of the weekend, we're also opening the Arcturian portal. And the Arcturians are very high frequency star beings who've gone through the ascension process, who are supporting us through ours as well. And it's really interesting because, you know, they are master healers. Like, they have the most incredible technology. One of the healing sessions that I offer, one of the remote ones, is facilitated by the Arcturians, and it's unreal the impact and effect their healing style has, right? So really interesting to see how the dragons want to kind of bring in further messages for the week, especially around that Jupiter going direct. So we have Archangel Gabriel's dragon coming in. This is that purification. This is a massive week of purifying, right? Really be sure to you're going to be encouraged about your spiritual discipline, your self-discipline, right? What is your, and look at that, I've got the white dragon from Orion coming in as well, which is really interesting because they're very similar, right? This is about truth and wisdom, and ascension knowledge, transmuting it, transforming it into pure wisdom, right? So knowing that all the light codes that you're receiving this week, all the lessons you're going through this week, you know, to act with truth, act with honesty, act in integrity, alignment of your throat chakra, right? Because the thing is that if you're saying one thing but you actually don't believe it on a soul level, you're not going to feel like you're in integrity. You won't feel that, and the people you're speaking to won't feel that either, right? But what's really interesting here is that, you know, we have to take the time to process, right? To process what we're receiving, because it's not the masculine way of knowing things where we read a book or whatever, and, you know, and if we take it as truth, then it's truth. You know, that's not how we're learning right now. It's a very feminine style where we're receiving it, embodying it, and then allowing it to come through when we're in that open space. So having Gabriel's dragon and the white dragon from Orion coming in is very truth and wisdom orientated, very purifying. So we're going to have that emphasis of purifying how we act, speak, and think this week, which is a real great energy to kind of be supporting us, right? Because when we have that purification energy around that, then when we're manifesting, it gets very, you know, a lot more streamlined. Let's just pull one more dragon card, specifically for the Jupiter direct. So rainbow dragon, look at that rainbow again. Big opportunity coming by the end of the week, right? That's what this dragon represents. Doors are opening, you know, new opportunities, stepping into a role, you know, trusting, expecting miracles to occur, because they are occurring, they are ready for you. And with all the discipline that we get from that's encouraged from Gabriel's dragon and the white dragon from Orion, the discipline that we're encouraged to embody from them, that's going to really help us expedite whatever expansion, whatever miracle, whatever beauty is waiting for us, especially in the physical world as well, right? You know, let's see, is there one final message here? And we have the Andromedan dragon as well. There's so many of the star beings this week surrounding us, supporting us, right? You know, Orion and Arcturus and Andromeda and Jupiter, and that, you know, this really is about embodying higher love. By the end of the week, we're going to really have moved a great deal of resistance within ourselves, not just in our heart chakra, but everywhere else, right? About embodying higher love, about really understanding what that is, about having compassion, about really seeing as within, so without, so as without, so within, right? About knowing that whoever is in front of you, in whatever capacity, whether it's a child, a parent, a friend, a colleague, a government official, whatever, they are a mirror reflection of you, and your experience of them is showing you what's within you, right? Showing you what is there to clear and shift, right? I'm going to just pull one or two final cards here. I do have to go. I can hear some wonderful little lights, little rainbow lights downstairs starting to run around, so I do have to get going very soon. But let's just finish this off here with some guidance from the goddess cards. Got Sulis coming in here, bodies of water, flow. This week is about flow. Allow yourself to flow. Be near water. Allow water to help, right? Allow water to help you recharge, rebalance, purify, cleanse. You know, really important. And we have Rhiannon coming in, right? The Fae. You are a magical person, You are magical. Unicorn energy again. Bring that unicorn energy in. Connect with unicorn, right? You know, it's really, manifestation is happening. We just have to get through violet flame, transmute, purify from the start, middle of the week. Then by the end of it, expansion. So I'm going to love you all right now. And Mother Earth coming in here, right? Very fertile, creative time. So I'm going to send you all so much love, so many blessings. Thank you for tuning in live. Thank you for watching the replay. Thank you for all your comments, your love, subscribes, all of that stuff. Please feel very welcome to email me if you have any questions, if you are interested or wanting to know a little bit more about any of the sessions that I offer. Please visit aliceheath.com. You can email me at ascension@aliceheath.com, and have a beautiful week. So much love, so much love.